Hello my friends and gamers, this is my little cheat sheet for our slow play world that we're playing in Minecraft, where we've got villages that we'll bring into our city for meat prop purposes, whereas we could actually change them to being actual living characters. So for example here we can change this little character from being Small Puka to being me. We've got a couple of standard skins that the townsfolk can wear. We've got a couple of examples where we've changed the sizes of various characters. So for here, the dwarf, we've changed the scales for various things to be taller or shorter. For these, just showing off that you can have various different poses that the character can have. So it can always be in the firing position, can be dancing, can be crawling, sitting, lying down. This is the hug me, the zombie pose, and sneaking. We can put a lot of textures on, including the 3D textures where you've got the helmet things, and it doesn't have the restrictions that players do about having parts of the texture not opaque. And obviously size, this little fella here. Next little category we've got here are these little fellows. So they can be set up with a lot of different skins to show elemental pieces. Each of the skins can have the plate missing, different sizes, different rotations, quite good as a obvious NPC marker. Here, bunch of dragons, everyone loves dragons, including little bone dragons, again different sizes, different shapes, flying animations and bits and pieces. We've got the golem texture and golem model. Again, some of the textures don't actually have a head because they're invisible, so it can be quite a good little shopkeeper there. And here's a couple of miscellaneous ones that we found along the way. Wither, it does have My Little Ponies. It has a 64-bit texture, llamas, it's got the little flying dudes. You can reskin the cows so that they're actual cows, and there are many different options to be able to put different bits and pieces on the entity itself, changing all the different parts, changing horns and legs and mohawks and bits and pieces like that free at will. This one doesn't look quite as interesting, but these are all little blocks. Each of these can be interacted with individually, or they can be animated much like these ones. Sized up, sized down. And of course we've got other unique little things. You can imagine encountering Chris, the giant silverfish, would be terrifying. And these are models from other mods that we've got in our pack. So we've got the Animania, we've got Ender.io, Totemic. Now you might see the little kitty cat that's running around. Now that particular one has got a slightly more advanced pathing associated with her. So you'll see that she's walking between different points along a path and just cycling around that. And part of this is that we can do scripting. Now, one of the cool things is obviously scale. So this fellow, ostrich from the birds mod that we're using, very impressive and obviously quite an interesting challenge if we put it up against someone. And unfortunately, do make sure you've got the correct textures for the right kind of creature that you've got, because just randomly applying a zombie skin definitely won't work for the majority of things. So this is my quick little cheat sheet for custom NPCs that we're using in our world.